Hey everybody, and welcome to Bits of Board, where we're talking board games, miniatures, cards, dice, and now video games. What? That's right, ladies and gentlemen, this video marks the very first video game review playthrough thing we've done here at Bits of Board, and I'll tell you what, this one is such an easy crossover for sure. What's the game? Tharsis. Here in this game, players will control the crew of the Iktomi, a crew of astronauts on the very first manned mission to Mars. Now, it's not entirely clear why we're on our way there. Basically, we're tracking down a distress signal or something that could be extraterrestrial in origin. But before we can make it to Mars, the Iktomi is struck by disaster and two of its key crew are killed. As players, it's our job to take over the control of the ship, put out any fires, and make sure our crew don't go insane over the remainder of the journey.
It was to answer a call.
Now, some of you board gamers out there might already know this game. After all, it's been around since 2016, and it has a ton in common with some of the games of our physical hobby as well. What we have here is essentially a solo survival dice placement game with a sci-fi horror theme, yes. Now, why am I reviewing it? That is a good question. It's big news for the guys at Choice Provisions, the publisher of the game, because, yeah, this sucker is arriving on Nintendo Switch today. Absolutely amazing. Now, these guys have gone out and sent a few codes to reviewers, as I understand, and myself included. Woohoo! So I'm here to return the favor, showing off the game. Now, I'm going to be running the PC version because that's what I've got, but that will be more than enough to show the game off and show you why it's going to be so good for the Nintendo Switch. Now I'm going to start the game here. We're going to skip straight through the tutorial. I'm just selecting it so I can pick up a little bit of story on the end there, and we'll get straight into the gameplay. You ready? Let's get stuck in.
We had prepared for any disaster, for every disaster. Not all of them at once. We can't turn back, but how can we go on?
Alright guys and gals, there it is. A heavy start for us there. But we knew that going in, this is a survival game after all. So what we have here is the map of the Iktomi, which is our ship that's going to take us all the way to Mars. Now, the remainder of our trip is going to take us 10 weeks, and over the course of those 10 weeks, we're going to have to deal with events that are going to threaten our lives and the health of the ship, I guess. And it's our job to keep everything under control. But with only 4 crew and a bunch of stressful stuff ahead of us, it's not always going to be that easy. Now, I might take you on a quick tour of the heads-up display here, just so you can see what everything does and how it all relates. And hopefully after that, the game makes a bunch of sense. We'll be able to play through, and hopefully we'll be able to make it to a win here. Firstly, I'll go through our top HUD sections here. Up in the middle, we have the deploy crew section, and that is essentially our map to Mars. It shows us how far away we are, and it also gives us a preview of what sort of events are going to come up in our near future. So right now we're dealing with 2 relatively easy events. They are green, but next week we're going to be dealing with a green and a yellow. So things are going to arc up, albeit slowly, as we make our way towards Mars. Up in the top left here, we have the hull, the hit points of the ship itself. If ever these hit points reach 0, we lose the game. Now, underneath the white hit points, you can see a red mark showing any impending damage that we're looking to receive based on the events that are currently on our ship. So that's just a quick at a glance at what we're dealing with so far. But it's not always the hull that takes a hit when we're dealing with these events, so you got to bear that in mind. Up in the top right here, we have our assists and our food, the two main resources we're going to keep an eye on throughout the game. Now, assists will prevent negative rolled results whenever we're dealing with events, so you'll see them come into play shortly. We can hold up to 3 of those, and right now we just start with 1, and I believe we gain 1 every round of the game, or every week we move towards Mars. The food stores over there, they will help us replenish the dice of our crew, because every time they take an action either repairing or doing something in one of the modules of the ships, they lose one of their available dice. You'll see that all come into play as we go through, but you should note now that food is a very important resource to keep on top of. We'll skip the main body of the screen for the moment and drop down to the bottom here. We can see our research section here, and these provide little one-off powers that we can use to help us go through the game. I won't explain too much of those at the moment because you'll see them in action basically. Over here on the left we have a toggle for our ship info, which gives us an at a glance look at what each module of the ship does, what its special powers are. So this is completely separate from the events that are taking place in them. And over here it gives us a little summary of our crew's special abilities, because you can unlock new crew as you go through, unlock achievements and play the game. Alright. So that's the map. Let's have a quick talk about our crew, or our workers if we're talking board game lingo here. Let's have a look at Kayla Jones. On the left side of her portrait we can see a stress marker here showing how much stress she's under, and stress comes into play a little bit later, but the idea is to keep it low. Along the middle here we can see how many dice she's got available, so 2 out of 5 dice she's going to be able to roll, and on the right we have her health. So right now she's got a full complement of 6 health, which is great, but I can't say the same for the rest of our crew. Jean down here has a nice complement of dice to start her off, but has a fairly low starting health. Pakal, terrible dice. Allison, terrible health. We got to get these guys healthy and prepared to deal with the events. So let us begin. Right now we're dealing with 2 events. Let's deal with this sys fail here. We select Kayla, we click the module, and then we go deploy. There we have a nice little representation of our crew doing what they can to repair. So what's our goal here? Well, initial repair value of 9. We need to roll a 9 or more to get rid of this thing straight away. Can we do it? We're going to get a void result on a 6. Ouch, let's roll. And we get a 6. Lucky we had that assist there preventing the void result. Guys, these ones are the biggest pain in the ass. Void results, deleting our dice roll completely. We are very lucky to have the save there. So we've rolled relatively well. It's not the initial 9 that we hoped, but we did get an 8. What I could do is I could throw this 6 straight into the repair, but for safety I'm going to chuck it in the dice hold, and we're going to re-roll our remaining result because I want to see if we can get a 3 or more here. We click and we get another 2. Bummer, but it's not the end of the world. Let's go ahead and throw the 6 in the repair, and we'll go and throw that, we'll go and throw the 2 in there as well, and we'll finish our deployment. So that event is still open, unfortunately, but we've definitely got a crew member who will be able to handle that. So let's send Pascal in there. He's only got 1 dice, and if we roll a 6, we're completely stuffed. But we roll a 2 and we are very happy there. Solving the event. Beautiful. Now in doing that we unlock the module's special ability. We may be using that if we roll lucky throughout here. We'll return to the ship's layover and see what we've got. 1 event left, that Metroid strike. Let's go ahead and send our captain over there to deal with that. He's got 4 dice available to him, so I think we're going to roll pretty well here. Now this event does come with a stasis event, which freezes any dice, preventing rerolls. So in this case it's just going to be 1s, which is kind of annoying, but we'll roll through anyway and see what we've got. Oh, an amazing roll there. We get our 11 with the 6 and 5 there, and we got a 3 and a 2 there to do other things with. We'll go ahead and put that 5 in repair, that 6 in repair. We complete the event, and we still have 2 dice left to play with, a 3 and a 2. And guys and gals, this is where those research points come into play. We've essentially got no use to these at the moment. We can't use the 3 in our class ability because it needs a 5+, and same for our module ability. So we're going to go ahead and put those in our research section. We've got 2 dice in there now, 2 points of research, which means we now have access to the override and snack abilities here. These little one-shot powers will come into play later, but not just yet. We'll finish deployment there. And look, we have a beautiful ship, no ongoing issues right now, but we do have Allison left to play with here. What do we want to do with her? Well, because she's got bugger all dice at the moment, I'm thinking we send her over to, what is that module called? Life support over there. We'll send Allison to life support because we want to get her at least a couple more dice. We roll, and I'll tell you what, we'll make this real easy. We'll throw a 1 in the life support, gaining her 2 dice, as you can see over here, and we'll take that 4 and we'll throw it in research points. We could have rolled that 4 again looking for a 1, but I would much prefer the research at this stage. We'll finish deployment and we reach the end of the round where any damage would take place.
Moods are turning sour, the crew's and my own. But if I can't lead them, we're all dead. I need to get it together.
Now, every week we're going to suffer a random event where we get to choose what positive and negative effects happen based on the kind of outlook of our crew. If they're not stressed, they give us kind of good things. If they're very stressed, they give us real bad things. But for the moment, we've sort of got the in-betweens. So we could choose to gain 1 extra food at the cost of 1 hull, or we could gain 1 health for all the crew and -1 dice for Allison and Jean. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm going to go with the food for the hull. Easy. We come to the very end of the round and we get to dish out any food we have to regain dice for our crew. We'll give a food to Pakal and a food to Kayla. Oops. And we are back up to a solid strength. It's not great, but it's not bad. Into the new round. 2 new events, and as you can see, things have hit the fan for sure. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Now, the first time you play the game, it's going to be very different to the second, third, fourth time you play because you're going to learn something after every failed mission. Because guys and gals, I promise you, you're going to fail this a lot when you start playing it. Unless you have some inside information under your belt, but I'm going to keep that from you. Haha. Let's begin with Allison. We'll send her into life support to see if we can't deal with this sys fail over here. I have my reasons for this. I would like to get one of our crew up to one of the other modules, giving us increased assists, but we need to clear a path first. So let's deploy there. Let's get our roll on. And you know what? Before we do, let's go ahead and use one of our research products. Snack. This will cost us 2 of our stored dice, but that's fine. It's going to give 1 more dice to our active crew member. We go from 3 to 4. Now we roll, and how do we do? Not amazingly, but it is enough to get us a save here. I'm going to put that 5 in the dice hold and the 4 in there as well. Let's see if we can't re-roll this 2 to gain something a little better. Oh, yes. All right. Doesn't make a huge difference, but I'm a big fan of our roll there. We'll throw the 5 in repair. We'll throw that 5 in repair, that 2 there. The event is complete and we unlock the regain dice action. Let's do that. We gain 2 dice back for Allison and she's up to full strength. We'll finish deployment there. What is next? Let's send our mechanic over to get some assists because over here we have, well, a big pain in the ass module issue here. Actually, if I deploy in here, let's get Jean in there and I can back out in a sec. You'll see that 5s cause injury and 4s cause dice to disappear. None of these things are good. So I want to assist against that. We'll send Pakal over there. We'll send Pakal to the laboratory. And we roll, hoping for a 5+. Not bad at all there. Let's throw that 6 into the dice hold, and we will roll again, maybe? Maybe we'll throw the 4 and the 3 in there as well. You don't have to do this, but it's not a bad idea. No real change in results there, so we'll throw that 6 into the increased assists. We're fully charged there, and we'll throw that 3. Oh, I should have re-rolled that 4. What an idiot move. That's okay. We'll finish deployment there. Leave module with some unspent dice, and we'll continue on. That was a mistake, but let's see if we can't deal with this error in the flight deck. We'll deploy Kayla in there, and we will roll our dice. Lots of bad things can happen here. Oh, those assists paying off. So those 2 4s that we rolled would have been completely lost had we not gone in for those assists. Definitely a good start. I'm going to throw those 4s into the dice hole, and we might roll again. Let's get rid of that 1. Oh, yeah. Those assists are amazing, but guess what, guys and gals? We are 1 point off being able to solve this thing entirely. Had we rolled that 3, we might have gotten lucky, but can't always count on luck. We'll throw our captain in there now. He's got 3 dice, so we've got a decent shot here. Yeah, that's what we want. Now, there's a couple of ways we could do this. I'm going to throw a 2 in there to complete the event, and then we could throw that 1 and 2 into research. But, we could also risk it so we could give some dice back to the crew. So, the captain's special ability is that if he rolls a 5 or more, he gives a dice to himself and anyone else he's holed up with. I think it's worth the roll. Yes! Perfect. We'll throw that 5 in there. Jean gains a dice. Kayla gains a dice. We gain another useless 4, but I'm pretty happy with that. And you know what? Just for kicks, let's go ahead and use our override for assist. We gain 2 assists. We get to throw our other dice in there, and we are done. Any damage? No damage. We move on.
I let my fear get the better of me, but the others have proven me wrong. I'm proud of how the crew has come together. I think we might actually have a chance.
Alright, so either way, we're going to be losing a dice here, and we don't have any food to replenish, so I don't like this. Yep, let's go for the food, lose a dice, and then we'll take that food and give it to Pakal, bringing him right back up to full. Oh, a 27! What do you mean? Oh my goodness, okay. Let's begin with Pakal. He's got full dice and we might have a chance to do some good here. Now, I'm not necessarily looking for good luck here, but we've rolled pretty well. Definitely the 6 and the 2 4s. Let's re-roll those other 2. Oh, gross. Alright, let's throw those in. 6, 4, 4. That's going to make it so much easier for the next guy. And what we might do is throw those other 2 dice in research now. Finish deployment. There's no real right way for this one, so let's get Allison in there. See if she can't get rid of this 14. I'm sure she can. Woohoo! Very nice. Oh, that's too nice. That's almost too nice. Awesome. Alright, we'll throw a 5, a 4, a 4, and another 4. We're absolutely crushing that event, and we'll take this other dice and regain our lost 1 in there. She's still at full productivity. It's up to these 2 now to deal with that other meteoroid strike. As you can see here, this one isn't actually damaging the hull. Instead, it is dealing health damage to all of our crew, which I don't like at all. So we'll get in there, roll some dice, and... ooh, stasis. Absolutely smashed. Now we could go ahead and throw that assist in there just to help out our final crew member. But I think we're better off using it on the repair. For the hell of it, I'm going to throw that 3 into research. Oh, nah, I'll repair. And then that 1, 2. Okay. Let's get Kayla. Roll the dice. She rolled very, very well indeed. We'll throw the 4 in the repair, leaving our 3 to go into research, and our 5 to go into assist. Now I could go into assist, or I could give our crew health, but assists are going to be way more beneficial to us, I think, over the next round. We finish our deployment, no damage to the ship, and we move right on.
I've checked our food stores, and it looks grim. We lost more than half our supplies with the module. If we don't find some creative solutions, we'll starve before we ever reach Mars.
Alright, what do we got here? Food for dice or assists for stress? No, let's go the food for dice, and we should be able to recover there with a little bit of extra food for Kayla. But I'll tell you what, Jean and Pakal, I'm not happy about them either. What we could do is we could dive into some cannibalism. You know, we do have a dead crew member on ship, and see what I mean, guys? It gets dark. Oh my god. Why can we cannibalize? I'll tell you, I'm going to do it. I'm definitely going to do it. Now, there's good and bad things to come out of it. One, we get our dice back, but on the flip side, we do lose one of our max health. I'm going to do it for Pakal as well, giving us almost a full complement of dice here. I'll tell you what, I think we're going to... Oh. Alright, maybe we didn't particularly need it this round, but that's okay. Let's get Jean into life support here. I think she can do a good job. Oh, look at those dice. That's one of the fun effects. I love the dice, the blood splatter. Oh my god. That is one of the fun effects of this game. Now, this is absolutely fantastic for us right now. First up, we can solve the event, but there are a number of ways we could do it. Definitely want to chuck that 6 in there. And I definitely want to keep this 6, and I definitely want to keep this 3. Actually, that one doesn't matter. I'm going to re-roll here, hoping for something a little more impressive. And I don't care if it's a 2, I just don't really want a 1. Ooh, perfect. This is brilliant. We'll use the 4 on the repair, finishing things off. We'll use the 6 in our research, and we'll throw that 4 into regain dice. Full complement of dice, full happy right now. Look, let's send Pakal into the flight deck for that telemetry fail. We'll roll all of his dice here. Got a full complement of assists, so I'm not so worried about those voids. Oh! Bloody beautiful. We can solve it. We've rolled a total of 18. We only need 18 to fix it. Let's not stuff around with that. Let's put all of those dice in repair. Oh, and we are done. Finished deployment there, and we have a fully functional ship, and we've still got 2 crew members who are ready to chip in. I'm going to send Allison into the greenhouse here, and we're going to roll, hopefully getting 3 of a kind. Oh. And we smash it out. So 3, 3, 3. No more cannibalization for us, guys and gals. We do have a couple of 1s left over though, so I'm going to roll down, hoping to get a 5 out of it. I don't really want to waste any of our other things. Oh my gosh. This game has been too good to us. We have a full complement of research. We'll finish deployment there. Kayla, what are we doing? She's okay for health. We could either go alleviate some stress down here, or we could start repairing our hull up. Both are good options right now. I'm thinking let's deploy and get rid of... Oh wait, the stress reduction is only for our active crew members, so I'm going to back out there, and we are instead going to try and repair the hull over in maintenance. So we'll roll our dice there. We're looking for doubles or triples if we can get them. 2 3s I'll take. Boom, boom. We'll re-roll those dice. Maybe we can get another 3 out of it. How lucky is that? Look at our hull. Guys and gals, we are super happy right now. No damage.
A transmission arrived. Not from Earth, but from Mars. From Tharsis. An impossible signal from an impossible source. Is this what we're searching for? Who's transmitting this signal? Was there another mission to Mars? One sent before ours? Or is the message coming from someone else?
Spooky. Alright, what's our next thing here? Oh, just a stress bonus, flat out, no negatives there. Or we could grab 2 assists for -1 hull. I'm going to take that stress boost. Look at that. No stress. Now we could go ahead and cannibalize to get Kayla up to full, but I like the fact that our doctor, is not eating people, so I'm going to give her a food. It's not exactly the best idea. It's a waste of a dice because eating food gains you 3 dice and she only needed 2, but I just prefer keeping everyone topped up. Guys, this looks too easy. That's only a 4. But there are a lot of negative effects going on in there, I'll tell you that. Look, I'm going to take one of our crew members with the least amount of dice and throw her in there because I reckon she can handle this one without any issue. We do, of course, burn through all of our assists, but that is okay. We'll throw a 2, we'll throw a 3, and then our other 3s in here we're going to throw on hull repair, so we are super happy right now. That 23 over there is an issue. Let's have Bakal have a shot. Roll his dice, bloody as they are. Oof. Maybe I should have gone for assists first, I forgot about that. Let's get rid of our 5 and a couple of other... Yeah, let's just burn the lot. Now, we have a choice of sending Jean into the flight deck or Kayla. Jean's got less health than Kayla, so we're going to send Kayla in there. She might be able to pull this one off. She cops a bunch of damage, but she is super happy right now. Use that 6 for the health boost there, only losing a dice. We really haven't needed to use our research projects just yet, which is kind of cool. Let's go for some food, shall we? Alright, 2s and 5s. Let's throw 2s in there. Let's throw a 5 into the +1 module, and we're going to re-roll those. Maybe we'll get another 2 out of it. Too good at rolling dice, even electronically. No damage, moving on.
That suit, it's designed for the Ectomi. Nobody has them but us. So who are they? And where did they get them?
Alright, we got 2 options here. We could go less stress for these 2 over here, with no downsides, or we could go less stress for all the crew at the cost of 1 hull. That's an easy choice for us. We'll feed our crew up with some food, finish up. Now we're talking, alright. We are 5 weeks from Mars here, and the game's throwing us some difficulties here, which is fantastic. Only got 1 assist, and I would desperately love a couple more. Alright, let's begin. We'll get our captain in. Roll some dice for food storage. We don't really need food here. I just kind of want to get rid of this. Oh, goodbye, dice. I do just want to get rid of this vent. Now we're going to need another person to come in here either way at this point. So let's make it easy for them. Alright, let's get Allison working in maintenance. But before we roll, we're going to give her a bunch of extra health here because, well, she needs it. Roll the dice. And we have rolled poorly. So poorly, in fact, I think we'd best roll again. We'll throw that 3 into research, roll up, and I think that's about the best that we're going to get out of this. Let's re-roll that 1. Throw that in to research. Now this is sort of where we've got to start taking stock of what our crew can do. 15 is a big number out here. 23 is huge, and both of these suckers are going to deal 2 damage to our hull. So we should try and get rid of at least one of them. Pakal, we're going to send him back there to deal with this 15. He's on almost certainty of being able to handle it. Plus, he's got some good health here. We could send Kayla, but the chances just aren't as good with only 4 dice. So we'll send him over there. The catch is, though, he is going to lose 1 health if we deploy out there because he has to pass through a module that contains an event. It's not the end of the world, but it's something to be aware of. Ugh. Alright, we've rolled the 15. I'm definitely going to keep the 3s. And the 2. Let's re-roll that 1. Oh, sorry. Don't finish deployment yet. We'll re-roll that 1 and hopefully we'll get us something out of there. Alright, beautiful, beautiful. 6 and 4. We just need 5. We'll throw the 3 and the 3 in there. We'll throw our 2 into research and we are home and hosed there. Now we could send Kayla in to deal with this 23, but I'm thinking let's get rid of this food shortage. It's not going to deal damage to the hull. It will eat up one of our food, and in rolling in here we actually have the opportunity to gain a couple more food if we roll like that. Perfect. Get rid of that 6, throw those 2s in, and can we get another 2? We cannot. So we finish deployment. Guys and gals, our ship is going to suffer 2 points of damage. Bam!
The more I see of this video, the more it scares the shit out of me. Who are they? What's going on here? What have we gotten ourselves into?
The story in the background is ramping up for sure, but I'm more stressed about what to choose here. Do we gain +1 dice, 1 for Kayla, 1 for Carl? Or do we gain health for the whole crew? Dice, ladies and gentlemen, always dice. Got some food in storage, still got some meat if we need it. Let's see what we get. Actually, it is pretty bad. That -2 health for all is a killer. Uh-oh. Alright, let's begin with our Captain Jean. We're going to send them over to the thermal error in the med bay. We'll roll the dice there. Main thing I want to get out of this here, yes, is her health recovery. Let's go ahead and do that. Get rid of that 2, get rid of that 1. Let's see if we can't roll a 5 here, ladies and gentlemen. That's not supposed to happen. We rolled well. Okay. We've dealt with 1 issue. We still have 2 massive issues here. I'm not super worried about that health thing, but I do want to get our assists back up. So I'm going to actually send... Yeah, I'm going to send Pakal in. He may die here. This might be a terrible idea. If we rolled 2 3s there, he would have died. I didn't look too hard there. Let's, we didn't roll exactly how I wanted, so let's get rid of those 4s. And we'll get rid of 2 of those 2s. Let's roll this 2 here and see if we can't do very well. That 6 is perfect. God, we've been so lucky here. Okay. Let's deal with that CO2 warning. We've still got 2 crew left, 4 dice apiece. Let's hope we don't waste these on stasis. Oh, 1's gone. 2's gone. That's alright. Let's throw our 6 in there. Let's throw our 4 in there. And let's re-roll these 2. See if we can't get something a little better. Boom. Boom. Doc, finish it off. Actually, I think I prefer getting rid of the health destruction. Let's roll there. 2 injuries. That's okay though, we do have enough to handle the event. This sucker out. Now before we leave here, finish deployment, I'm going to go ahead and use our repair arm here so we can boost our hull back up. And in doing so, I'm going to use these 2 dice here to top up our research. We'll finish deployment, suffer 2 damage to the hull, but who cares, we are doing fine.
Those people, are they us? What's happening to them? Are we seeing ourselves? Oh, that's insane. What's happening to us?
Alright, things are getting dire, we're starting to lose dice. But we can get some more dice for all of our crew just by suffering a couple of damage over here. Totally worth it. We'll finish up there, and let's see if we can't handle these new events. Oh, there's heaps. 3 weeks to Mars, and things are starting to get serious. Far out. Now we're in a lot of trouble because 2 of our crew here have only 1 hit point left. So we want to kind of get rid of all of the ones that will damage our health. Let's start in here with our Capitan. And you know what? We're going to use our health kit as well. We'll roll our dice. Our roll is not great, but we're going to use it. Throw that 3 away, and we'll re-roll, hopefully. Yes! 9. Perfect. Our crew are going to be safe. Can we deal with the rest of these things, though? Let's find out. I would love for our mechanic to deal with this leak warning right here, right now. Oh, a couple of voids, and they would have been perfect for us too. We'll lose the 6. We'll lose the 5. I think we're gonna roll and try and get that 4. Oh, yes! So tense, guys and gals. All right, 2 events down, 2 to go. We have 2 crew left. This is actually quite possible. Let's see if... actually, I'm not going to use our specialist there. I'm going to go ahead and take our doctor down there. See if she can't deal with that one. Super easy. Oh, no! The injuries. Guys, I forgot the injuries. She's dead. Kayla's dead. Oh, no. Oh, too funny. So I definitely should have used the specialist there. Cool. It's okay. We've still got a chance. We're just going to make it there with less people. Far out. That's ridiculous. Let's throw the 5 in there so we can get 3 more dice into our research. I'm so sad.
None of this makes any sense. It keeps changing. Is this real? Is this something that's happening now or something that's going to happen? Can we stop it? And if so, how?
That's so funny. Okay. What are we doing here? Do we want health? Kind of want health for hull. That is a great trade-off. Or we could grab hull for stress. Nah. Let's get that health back. And let's supercharge our remaining crew, because I think, guys and gals, we are stuffed. Good news is, though, we got some more meat. Alright, can we do it? Can we do it? Oh my god, there's a 30! Okay. For starters, let's do a quick patch up here. Beautiful. And that is exactly what I wanted to see. A repair research card has come up. We need 6 dice for this one, so it's super expensive, but it is so good for us to use. And I'll tell you what, we may need it for our very last round. We are 2 weeks from Mars. Let's see if we can't handle this. Our mechanic should be right. Can't believe it. Now we can't get the assists out of this, unfortunately. Maybe it's worth it if we do. Let's throw that 6 into repair. We've got the 5s to get rid of it. And we've got a 4 that we could throw into research. Oh, but I want those assists. Guys, I'm gonna do that, and that might be a terrible idea. But I'm sticking with it. Now that we've got our assists up, let's see if we can't survive that. That's a 2 to health. I'm not gonna do that. Let's grab our captain and send him into the life support. We'll roll all 5 dice. Do we roll well? Hells yes, we roll well. 6, 12, and 5 for good measure. We'll throw those 2 dice in down here for research and finish off deployment. We are going to survive this round. We've just reduced the damage beyond our hull. And now we can get Allison into the greenhouse. It does cost her 1 health to do so, but we've got more of a chance of getting rid of this than we do the other one. That assist comes in handy, and I'll tell you what, we've done exceptionally well there. I'm actually going to put... Oh, this is so risky, guys. I'm going to put our 5s down there because I might want to harvest some food. I'm going to put our 4 down here, and I'm going to roll our 1, hoping for anything better than... hoping for better than a 1, we get a 5. Dude, guys and gals, we are set. Throw that 5 into repair with that 5 and a 4. Let's get some food out of it as well. Perfect.
We've almost made it. After all we've been through, there's no turning back. It's a suicide mission. But then again, maybe it always was.
Alright, here we've got a choice of gaining some hull for some stress, and the hull might be the better option here, but I'm going to go the health, and I think we're going to charge up here. Sorry everybody, you're all cannibals. Alright, we've come to the final part of the game here, and to survive we need to have at least 1 crew member in flight control for this mission to be a success. We've only got 3 things to deal with here. Far out, this is going to be a doozy. Alright, we'll begin with the captain. Send him into life support. And this is a pretty damn good roll. Let's send that 4 there, the 4 there, and the 2. We do alright. We'll throw that 1 and the 3 into our research project. Next up, we'll send our specialist into the hull breach. What we absolutely need here is a 5. Yes! We give ourselves that 5 and we use our repair research card. This takes us down from 30, boom, to 2. Oh, I love it. We'll throw a 5 into the repair. We've done all we need to do here. We'll throw those other 3 dice in research, and guys and gals, we are about done. Our mechanic is going to flee from that module in there and get into flight control so we can actually win this. And just for kicks, we are going to roll. What is that? And roll again, because that was terrible. And we are going to give just a little bit of extra oomph to our hull. Finish deployment, leave the module. Guys and gals, 1 impending damage.
There were times I thought we'd never make it. Times I doubted it would even be here if we did. But there it is, at last. Mars. It's time to learn the truth. We traveled through the horror, but I'm not sure any of us made it out the other side. The journey changed us.
And there we have it, guys and gals. Tharsis. Now, I'm just going to escape out of these credits. We don't need to see them just yet. End of game, you're given a score, which kind of helps keep you in check. You'll note down here, I was playing on easy, and that's why I was able to get through the game. But I promise you, there is a lot more fun to be had. Playing on easy is essentially learning how to play the game. It is the tutorial level, and chances are you're still going to lose that a couple of times through. But the next time you go to play the game, you are going to have a couple of other options. If you've unlocked a few achievements, you'll have different crew members with different powers to incorporate into your game, so you can get rid of, let's say, your specialist if you don't like the reroll, and grab a technician who grants assists, or the pilot who ignores movement damage, or a couple of other ones like the cannibal, the commander, and the psychologist. I'm on my way to unlocking those, less so for the cannibal, but there is still a lot more fun to be had. Like I said, I played on easy. Normal is where the game is best enjoyed, and hard is there if you just want to, mess with yourself. But we also have missions as well, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 10 different missions here. Training missions, endurance missions, catastrophe missions, strategy missions. There's a bunch of replayability sitting in this game. And why is that important? Well, the campaign, the game itself, there is not much going on there. We finished that definitely in under an hour, but chances are you probably want a little bit more bang for your buck there. Now, I've got a total of maybe 4 hours on this game so far. And that was really just working out how to survive the game on easy, right? So if I feel the need to push myself to the limit, I'll move on to normal, and I'll probably spend a couple more hours there learning the ropes and then going to hard and then trying those missions. There's a lot of fun to be had here. I gotta say, the best part of Tharsis here now is that it is playable on the go on the Switch. I mentioned earlier, Tharsis is released on Switch today, and this for me is one of those perfect on-the-go games to play. You don't need to play for long, and there are a lot of strategic decisions to be made to keep you occupied getting from point A to point B. Have you got a bus ride interstate? Go for it. Actually, probably not right now with all this self-isolation stuff, but if you've got an hour or two to play just doing nothing, this is a great time sink and a worthy challenge. I can't say the story is anything too much to go by, but that's not really why I'm playing the game. Really, I'm just in it for the tension of the dice roll and the relief of not blowing up my crew. Although it can be pretty funny going both ways here. Alright, guys and gals, that's about it for the review here today. If you want to see more of this stuff, more video game reviews relating to board games or not, let me know in the comments below. I'm more than happy to get on there and show you what I'm playing, because this is definitely another way that I spend my time for sure. If you've enjoyed the video, either way, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all the things that you guys can do to help this channel grow. But other than that, we are done. So as always, my name's Michael, this is Bits Aboard. I'll catch you next time.